Good morning and welcome to another edition of the United Way of Southwest Alabama Safety Net series. This is our third year doing these broadcasts where we highlight our partner agencies. This year we have, this week, we have Diane McCaskey with Family Promise of Coastal Alabama. Before we get started, I want to make sure and thank all of our sponsors who make a lot of the work that we do possible. We are grateful for their support, and without further ado, good morning, Diane. How are you?
Good morning. I am good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. So let's just get right into it. Family Promise of Coastal Alabama. What does that mean and who are you guys?
All right. Happy to talk about it. Family Promise of Coastal Alabama is a nonprofit that's dedicated to providing emergency housing solutions for families with children. And we were established all the way back in 2003. So we've been doing this for 20 years now. This was our 20th anniversary year. We are, I think, at somewhere close to 1,700 individuals that we've been able to serve, and that's hundreds and hundreds of families. We have a great opportunity to help launch the futures for children that will be different than the ones that they otherwise would be relegated to if they were stuck in homelessness forever.
So how do you find your families?
Actually, the families find us. Families are resourceful. It's not ever cut them short. They find us through our social media, through our website, through our community partners, and our community partners are great. So we get a lot of referrals from our community partners. And that's generally how we find our clients. But we do go out to community functions and spread the word about our mission and reach out to people who might need help.
Okay, so when a family comes to you, what is that experience like?
I want to say that when families come to us, it is a little sad. Sometimes it can feel tragic. Folks come in, they maybe haven't eaten or bathed in days because they might have been sleeping in a car. And it's been very, very hot outside this summer, as you well know. I think the world knows it's been very, very hot this summer. And so when we first meet families, the first thing we want to do is just help them get access to very, very basic needs: a shower, some food, and a place to rest. And then from there, we want to start working on a plan that is very much tailored to the needs of the individual family. We have a professional case manager full time on staff. She meets with our clients not just once a week, sometimes more than once a week. I think that the case manager's work is really the key to the success of our families and the success of our program.
Wonderful. And then they stay at churches with parishes or around the city?
Yeah, let me get into this because this is something I really want to share with everybody in the community. COVID came, changed the world, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and it changed Family Promise across the nation tremendously. It was our um, service model to rotate from church to church each week. Well, when COVID came, the pandemic changed that, and so we have become more of a static site shelter. We are located where our day center has always been located at Central Presbyterian Church.
Mm-hmm.
They've been very gracious. We have dedicated sleeping spaces for our families so our families get private sleeping spaces. We have our own shower facilities and storage facilities, access to the internet and phones. And it's been such a fortunate event to happen in the history of this program, and we are still serving families.
Wonderful. So yeah, I guess a lot of the partners and their programs have had to shift, but this one's actually been a positive one for you guys. That's awesome.
It has. Family Promise always tries to be responsive to the needs of our community and our families in particular, but just to life circumstances. The pandemic was impactful on everyone. So we had to shift and make the adjustments necessary to keep being there for folks who need us. We never shut down.
So, do you have anything coming up that you want the world to know about?
I certainly do.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, the week of October 21st. So that is a Sunday, Saturday, and it goes on for a week. It's National Family Promise Week.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to be getting out there, spreading the word about our services, and primarily celebrating families. You know, right now in our community, Family Promise of Coastal Alabama is one of the few programs, it's in Mobile County, that's offering transitional housing services to entire families. That includes teen boys and men.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so proud of the fact that we have been able to help families stay together during very trying times when we feel like they need each other most. So that will be coming up the week of October 21st. And I really encourage everyone to come out to our events. Check out our social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we're on Facebook at FamProm Mobile. And you'll be able to stay on top of everything that's happening.
Okay. Well, and you'll definitely share that stuff with me too, and we can help push it out when the time comes through our networks as well.
That is correct.
Do you guys need volunteers?
Always, always. This is a volunteer-driven program. So when from the inception of the program, the majority of the people who make it run are volunteers. Our paid staff is very, very small. We have 2 full-time employees and 2 part-time employees, and that is all. But we're offering emergency shelter, transitional housing, diversion assistance, and outreach assistance. So we cannot do what we do without the help of volunteers. Volunteers do things like help keep the shelter running by manning our front desk and taking calls, helping with light janitorial tasks, helping with developing plans and events. They help by spending time with our families, bringing food. Volunteers bring meals to our families so that families can have healthy, nutritious meals each day. So there is lots of space for volunteers around here.
Terrific. What would you say are some of your greatest needs to help your mission grow and to meet the needs that you have currently?
All right. Well, volunteers would probably be number one.
Okay.
The pandemic also affected the way volunteers chose to spend their time because everybody had to be safe. So now that we are not completely free of COVID, but out of the pandemic, volunteers are coming back. And I am so happy to see that and want to see even more volunteers come back and do the work that we all need to do together, because this is a problem that no one can overcome alone. You stay stuck in homelessness if you don't get a community around you. We also need funds. Cash is always good.
Yeah.
And lastly, donated items. So I like to let people know that whatever you might need to make your own home run, these families need to make their future homes run, and the shelter. So if you go shopping, you might want to pick up a roll of foil for your kitchen and a roll of foil for our kitchen. It's a simple way to give back. If you have used items, we encourage everyone to donate through the lens of dignity for our clients. And we will take all good condition used housing items, linens and comforters, pots, pans, all of those kinds of things.
Okay. So yeah, basically anything that you need for your house, your shelter needs it plus.
Right.
And then also as they transition to long-term housing,
yes,
getting that starting up again. What else would you like anyone that may be watching us this morning to know about your agency or what you may have coming up?
I think that what I would like for folks to know about Family Promise of Coastal Alabama is, number one, that we're still here serving folks. The pandemic was well managed, I feel, in our community, and I don't know if we had an overwhelming increase in homeless families, but we did see an increase in homeless families in the point in time count after the pandemic. So at the start of this year. So the problem is out there, but it's not just an individual's problem. It's a community issue that we can fix if we work together. So volunteerism is an effort that is well worth it. And that's what I just want everybody to know, that we can do this if we do it together.
That's an excellent message. And I think that United Way 100% agrees with that mantra, as do our 45 other partner agencies and all of the organizations that you and I both work with throughout the year. So thank you for for saying that. Any final thoughts?
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to talk about our mission.
Well, we are always happy to have you and hear your stories and the impact that you make on the community. It is important work, and we are glad to share that with you.
Thank you.
So as we sign off, I'm going to throw up one more graphic that thanks our sponsors individually. So we are grateful again for them. And we will be back next week with another broadcast. And thank you all for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.